Going to do something different today. Going to start with the end. With a new version of As Above, So Below, version 0.13, we can now export a subsector into a wiki. So this is the end result. I've got a wiki here. I'm using Obsidian, which I'll mention later. It's not important. Point is, this is local data on my computer that I can use as a wiki. And it starts off, I've got a home screen here of the look of the subsector I've created, and I've got a link in the old-fashioned style in order of the hex sides, or sort of the hex numbers of each of the systems. And this wiki, which I've created, it's got over 600 entries, one for each star, for each world, for each moon. And this, of course, as a wiki, it's completely editable by me. So if I want to go take a look at Surfside, I can click on Surfside here, and I get some basic data. I get a quick picture of what the system looks like, quick link to the main world if I want it, link to the star, and a link to each of the planets that are orbiting Surfside. And there's some notes, which at the moment there are none, but they're completely editable. All of this completely editable because it's in my wiki. And if we want to take a quick look at the main world, we can come down, we get a picture of the main world, and we get the UWP and all of the data that was created. That is that's a basic look. This is what this is a feature that I've been wanting for a while, to be able to get things into my own personal wikis. I use personal wikis all the time, and I wanted to get my traveler subsectors easily in here. So it takes a matter of minutes to create this using the new export feature in As Above, So Below. So I wanted to show you what it looked like when it's done, and now I'm going to show you how we can build it. So if we jump over to As Above, So Below, and what we're going to do is create a brand new sector. Let's just start with a subsector. There are so many entries, you're going to export no more than a subsector at a time. So we'll build a subsector here. I'm going to hit Control B, and I'm going to right click, and I'm just going to, I'm into the Mongoose World Builder's Handbook. I think it's amazing. So we'll use that to generate our subsector. It's going to populate and generate, and there's a subsector. And what we want to do is export this. What I prefer to do is get some sector names in. If I come back and I turn on in the visual options, show sector names, you can see this is sector 18. And I don't want this exported as sector 18. I want it to have a name. So I'm going to click edit sector names, and here for sector 18. For our purposes today, I'll just say this is the YouTube home, and save it. And now that's the name of our sector. And of course, if you know your subsectors, we don't name them yet in As Above, So Below. It'll come. We're using the conventional letters. Also, it's subsector C. So let's export this so we can use this as a wiki in our computer. And I'll speak a little bit about Obsidian, which I use. But all we need to do now is come to our export, and there's export Obsidian wiki. So which sector do we want? Well, there's only one with data, so it's YouTube home. And which subsector? There's only one with data. It's going to be subsector C. We want to include the world images. I like the default of skipping the airless worlds. They all look the same, and there's a whole bunch of them, and you're just going to flood your wiki with a bunch of little moons. So I skip them, but if you want them, you can unclick that. And I like to include the system images for the system. So we're going to export this, and it's going to process in just a couple of minutes. It won't take very long, and it's going to produce a zip file. And while it's going, I'll let you know that the output within the zip file are just going to be text files in a markdown format. So if you're not familiar with that, the text files will have a .md extension, and they are just text files that we can look at, but they're going to use certain symbols inside to represent different things. So your wiki reader or your markdown reader can read them. So if I come over to my downloads, and I read, this is it here, and you can see if we open these up, this is all very readable. by any text reader that you want to read it with. But what we want to do is extract this into a directory somewhere. So I've got these wiki directories here that I've been playing with. So I'm just going to open up a new folder, and I'll just call this YouTube Home. And I'm going to tell my new zip file, I want that extracted at projects, as above so below, wikis, YouTube Home. Select that one, extract it, and we've got them down. Now, once it's on your computer as markdown files, you can use any markdown reader you want to go through WikiReader. I use something called Obsidian. It's like a personal wiki on steroids. It has a whole bunch of features and plugins, and I'm not gonna explain it in much detail because there's a billion videos out there. But it's free. It's a free program that you can download on your computer, and you run your own wiki with your own local files. So you're not on the cloud anywhere. There's no authentication, or you have to sign in. So that's what I use. And if I come in and look into my wiki, I should see YouTube is now there. I'm just going to get my home page, and there's my YouTube home. There's an image of the subsector we just created. Here's all the worlds. I haven't seen any of them. You can see this one isn't highlighted yet. It's still not done processing them all. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll turn Obsidian on and off. But either way, you can see what I'm saying is it's not underlined. So when I fired this up, this particular thing hasn't been complete yet. It should be done. If I go back and go forward, will it be finished automatically? No, I probably have to turn Obsidian on and off. You can see another one down there. But we'll click on to Douglasville. There's a picture of the system and what it looks like. We can see what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut Obsidian down, and I'm going to bring it back up because I should have shut it down before it went. I don't like dumping files into it. Bring it back up. And I'm going to go back to YouTube Home. And in theory, these things are all ready to go. They're all ready to go. So everything has been loaded in. And I don't know how long this has taken, but we now have a whole, oh, that's cool, 3 stars. And almost everything's around the first star. And it looks like that's a asteroid belt, if I'm reading that correctly. In the main world, yes it is. And there's a terrestrial planet here with some ice caps. And there it is. It's as easy. Now, of course, once this is on your computer, whether you use Obsidian or you use anything else, you can just go in and edit what you like to edit or add the links you want to link and go with that. So I hope someone finds it useful. This wasn't requested by anybody. It's something that I wanted to add into my system. So I'd have a wiki of all of the planets and the worlds and the moons in the subsector my players are currently in, so I could take my notes and put my plans and be nefarious and get it all set up in a system that I had total control over. So that's why I did this, and maybe all it takes is 1 or 2 other people to find it useful, and then it was worth it. So I give it a shot. I hope you use it. Try out the program and let me know if there's anything that you want to see in the program that's not there yet. Have a good one.